There's this power that, well, most people just don't see it. It's not a power of action, but a power found in the stillness right before action, a moment that I'm guessing you've learned to master.
It's that moment, the one where someone's waiting for you to react. They expect you to explain, to defend, to get flustered. The spotlight is on you, and they're waiting for the show.
And right there, in that little pause, you can just feel the air get heavy, can't you? Their words are just hanging there waiting for you to catch them. And that's it. That's the turning point. It's where the entire game is either won or lost.
You don't bite, you just sit in that silence. And in that single move, that strategic stillness, you've already won. Not with a clever comeback, not with aggression, but because you see what's really going on beneath the surface. See, your silence creates this kind of psychological vacuum. People, they just can't stand it. They feel this intense pressure to fill the void, and so they start talking. And when they do, they reveal everything, their motives, their insecurities, their entire game plan. They basically talk themselves right into a corner.
So let's be clear, this isn't just about being quiet. It's a really sophisticated strategy, and there's some fascinating psychology behind why it's so effective. Let's actually dig into how it works. Okay, first up is something called cognitive load. When you stay silent, you're essentially handing the other person a mirror. Their brain goes into overdrive trying to figure you out, trying to guess what you're thinking. And what happens? They start projecting all their own stuff, their own fears, their own assumptions, right onto you. And you just get to sit back and observe. Then there's the observer effect. Think about it. When you argue, you give them a target, something to push back against. But when you just silently watch, whoa, that creates way more pressure. It turns the spotlight inward, making them intensely self-aware. They start to second-guess themselves, overcorrect, and pretty soon, they show you exactly what they're up to. This one is huge. Emotional containment. This is your shield. Most people leak their emotions everywhere, right? A nervous laugh, a fidgeting hand. But when you learn to hold your own internal state, you become unreadable. And if someone can't read you, they can't manipulate you. It's that simple. And what's happening on a neurological level is that your silence can actually kick their brain into what's called the default mode network. It makes them start to self-question, to get self-conscious. You are literally shifting the entire mental effort from your shoulders onto theirs. And that right there is power. But you might be wondering, where does this kind of control even come from? I mean, nobody's born with this. It's a skill that's forged, usually in the fire of some pretty tough experiences. Yeah, this isn't about ego. It's not about some desire to dominate people. It's something you learn the hard way, when you finally understand the real cost of speaking too soon. It comes from all those times in the past where you spoke up and it just made things worse, where you tried to defend yourself and it only seemed to prove them right. You learned, didn't you? You learned that sometimes saying nothing is the only way to protect your own peace. Marcus Aurelius put it perfectly. This really gets to the heart of it. It's not that you have nothing to say. Oh no, it's that you no longer feel that burning need to prove it. It's a quiet confidence that just is. So let's bring this into the real world. How does this learned wisdom actually look day to day? You might just see some of these patterns in yourself already. Things like you watch people before you jump in. You don't get into pointless arguments. You just pull back your attention. You might even let people underestimate you, which is an incredible strategy. You respond slowly, on your own time. And you definitely don't feel the need to over-explain yourself. See, these aren't personality quirks. They're smart, refined survival strategies that show a really high level of emotional intelligence. And this is a really important distinction to make. This kind of silent power isn't about withholding or being passive. It's about choosing. It's you consciously deciding when to engage, what to say, and when it's simply time to walk away. And eventually, this isn't even a strategy anymore. It evolves into something deeper. It becomes a state of being, this grounded sense of self-possession. Now, some people might see this and think you're building a wall around yourself, but that's not it at all. It's actually something much more constructive. It's a boundary. Think of it like a space you create for yourself, even in the middle of a chaotic conversation. It's the space you need for your own intuition to kick in, for your own wisdom to surface. It's a container that protects your inner world.
And inside that quiet boundary, away from all the external noise and expectations, that's where you find your footing. That's where you find real clarity.
Ultimately, this leads to sovereignty. This is the highest form of self-ownership. It's that quiet, unshakable control over your own inner world, no matter what's happening on the outside.
Because in the end, this isn't about not having a voice. It's about being so present in yourself that your voice isn't always necessary. True power isn't about being the loudest person in the room. It's about having a presence so solid, so grounded, that it commands respect without saying a single word.